I want to show you guys a model for the difference between mission, ambition, and purpose. And the reason why I want to show this to you is because this is something that I have struggled with myself. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my entrepreneurial journey and where I went wrong and give us a little bit of a framework for how we can keep ourselves on track without the burnout, right? So basically, this is all about how can we be successful in our mission without burning out along the way. If you think of, the road to success, let's just call this success, right? That road to success is uh, it's kind of like a highway, right? So we can get there really quick if we know what we're doing, if we have proper guidance, or we can crash along the side of the road. This is a crashed car. There's a lot of people just crashed along the side, right? And so when you're driving, when you get onto the highway and you're like, okay, I'm going to start this entrepreneurial journey, there's a lot of people who have seen these crashes, right? And that's supposed to be an eyeball. And they've seen these crashes and they're like, oh no, don't go, don't go. You don't want to go. It's gonna, you're gonna die. Because there's a lot more crashes than there are success stories, people on the other side. So let's take a look at this. I'll tell you from my life and my experience. This is me, all right? Sitting, hanging out with monks, meditating, thinking to myself, wow, wouldn't it be awesome to inspire 1 billion people? My heart on fire. This is me like really tapping in to what my purpose in life is, which is to inspire people and for me to go through a process of what's called self realization, which is basically peering back the layers to realize on the deepest level possible that I am not this body or this person that I think I am. I am one with the universe, right? Have that mystical experience, not just sort of a peak experience, but live that experience. So I want that for myself, and I want to be able to inspire and empower people. I want to serve the world in that way. So I can't do it sitting in my cave, so I need to go out and I need to start a business. I need to make a movie. I need to do something in order to inspire people. Now, you may have seen this graph, which shows this is what we think is going to happen. This is what we plan, but then it actually ends up being something like this, right? This is more like the entrepreneurial journey, right? So naturally, I set off, okay? And I'm trying to get where I want to go, but it's not working, so I have to retweak and adjust. Basically, instead of getting to this place over here, I found myself where a lot of people find themselves to be in this place that I'm going to call burnout. All right. Now, in order to get there, there is a lot of ambition, and the ambition grows with resistance. All right. So, grows with resistance. So, meaning that when we got knocked down, right, we can either turn back and go back home, or we like get back up and make a commitment, recommit to our goal, our path. The problem is, if it's all ambition, if we're just ambitious and nothing else, then we've forgotten about our purpose, right? We've forgotten about the initial inspiration that had us get up out of our chair in the first place. Okay, so we got purpose over here, put a P, we got ambition over here, but really where we want to get to is our mission. And just a quick sort of lesson from mindset principles. If you look at something called the law of polarity, this is one of my favorites, polarity. It basically says, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Essentially, there's always two sides, right? There's never anything that comes in halves, right? There's always wholes in this universe, whole with a W. And your desire. So over here we have desire, which is purpose, And if you look at the hero's journey, we'll get into that in a second. We'll come back to that in a second. But desire is just one end of the spectrum, right? It's just one half of that pole. The other half is the fulfillment of that desire, which is your mission, your destiny, right? Now I'm really starting to get into Star Wars and hero's journey, which we'll do a quick recap. This is the hero's journey from Joseph Campbell, and the character always starts out with some sort of desire, right? Think about Luke Skywalker at the beginning of Star Wars. He wanted to become, like an intergalactic. He wanted to join the academy, right? And get off of the little farm where he was at because he wanted to play a bigger role in his life. And so he had to go on this entire journey and face his darkness and face his father, all just to become a Jedi so that he can restore, restore balance to the galaxy. So that desire it's only one part, right? That purpose is one part, and this mission, reason why I'm going into all this is to state that this mission and this desire are two parts of it. But the thing that gets us there is that ambition. But ambition alone is going to lead us to a place of absolute burnout. Let's say you even get to a place that is somewhat successful, looks successful. Maybe you got money, maybe you got the cars and the bling, and you have the relationship that's like, sought after relationship, male or female, okay? But it's not really in line with your true mission, your true purpose, rather, then it's not your mission, right? Now, I know this is, not everybody is into this way of thinking, and it's a bit more of a deeper, it's a more of a spiritual way of looking at success in business. But basically, what's absolutely necessary is we need to combine the P with the A. We got to go to Pennsylvania over here, right? We got to combine the purpose with ambition and remind ourselves of this purpose in order to get ourselves to where we want to go, which is fulfilling our mission. And your mission is different for you. It's really, I would call it a soul's purpose, right? So you might think, well, my mission is to create a business that serves the healthcare industry. Okay, great. That sounds like a great mission, but is that the mission of your life? When people, like super successful people who don't have to work, they've already achieved all the success and the money in the world. When they get to that point, the thing they start thinking about is legacy. What is the legacy that they want to leave, right? So you've probably heard that word legacy. That's a less spiritual term for the word mission. What is it that you want to leave behind? What is it that you ultimately want to achieve? Okay. So a lot of stuff here, but the main thing I wanted to point out here is that ambition without purpose eventually leads to burnout. It's not where you want to go, right? And purpose alone by itself, without any sort of ambition, is, it's basically solitary confinement. So we need both. We need that ambition, we need that purpose in order to get us to where we ultimately want to go, which is our mission and our legacy. Hope that's helpful. Drop a note below and let me know what you think.